Hello, my name's John Keslick, and it's February 2nd, 2010, southeastern Pennsylvania, and this is a video on pruning apple trees one way. And these 3 apple trees here, the framework was established before I arrived on the scene here. And I've been pruning these apple trees for probably 7 years now or so. As you can see, each year we have sprouts that are growing straight up, and I remove them each year back to the swollen area without leaving a stub and without wounding the swollen area. And then they'll seal, which you'll see here as I show you, and they have more of an umbrella shape. Now again, the framework, these are more umbrella up here, and they've got some problems which I'll show you later. The framework, if I would have established the framework of these trees, I would have done it differently, but I didn't. So I have to prune them the best I can under the conditions that I find them. So here on our first apple tree, you'll see here, for example, that, let me see here, here's some of our old pruning cuts here, and you would see here that we have the trees responding and growing around the old pruning cut, and they're beginning to seal, as you can see here as well. But here's your sprout right here, growing straight up. And what I do is I go in and I remove these sprouts. Okay, let me see what I can do here. Get you a good demonstration. So here's this swollen area at the base, and what I do is I'm going to come in, always keeping the sharp side, the blade that does the cutting goes towards what you're keeping, or else the other side will wound what remains. Now that's a pretty good cut. Not wounding the swollen area and not leaving a stub. Now that'll form a round donut of callus the next growing season and begin to seal. Let me give you some good examples here. Here you can see, here's an old pruning cut I made several years ago, which is beginning to seal. And that'll seal off. And then I'm going to come in right here and remove this guy. Now I'll do this around the whole tree, and the sprouts that are growing upward I'm going to take off. As you can see, what we're starting to get here is these areas with the donuts, where each year I prune back the sprouts, and they're forming the round donuts, and they're going to seal. And this is called a head. It's actually called a pollard head, because the targets are the same now as pollarding. You can look up pollarding in our dictionary. But these are heads, and this is a good thing. These are the results of many years of target pruning. And we leave these inner little stems with the buds, and a lot of these are what are going to produce your apples on the inside. So that's the first thing I'm going to do, is I'm going to come in here and remove the sprouts that are growing upward. And I'll take some pictures of some other cuts. For example, here's an area right here. As you can see,